Welcome to this month's Minute with Victor, where Dr. Cotton answers your questions.
This month's question comes from a physician who writes, I understand that I have a legal obligation to deliver the standard of care to every patient. My question is, who determines the standard of care? You determine the standard of care, and then you deliver it. And that's the way it is because that's the only way it can work. You see, if we're required to deliver the standard of care, which we are, and if the standard of care is individualized for each patient, which it is, then it has to be determined right there at the bedside, which means that you're the one who does it. Now, in making that determination, we certainly want to be aware of the relevant literature, and we want to pay particular attention to guidelines and other types of best practices. But remember, guidelines aren't the standard of care. The standard of care is derived by applying all of the literature, including the guidelines, to the patient's situation, and that's done by the physician at the bedside. Now, at some point in your career, a patient might sue you for malpractice, and they're going to claim that you didn't deliver the standard of care. So out of the thousands of decisions you make, a few might be challenged. And when that day comes, we'll have to convince a jury that your judgment was correct. But convincing the jury is your lawyer's job in the courtroom. It's not your job in the exam room. And that means that we don't practice medicine by trying to anticipate what a jury might think. We practice it using our best judgment as scientists, and we trust our lawyer to convince the jury if that day ever comes. As I've said before, the best approach to any medical legal dilemma is to evaluate the literature and make a decision that gives the patient the best opportunity for a good result. I can't promise you that every jury is going to be impressed with that approach, but I do know that it always produces the standard of care. Thanks again for listening. I'd like to take a moment to thank you for the many encouraging comments that we receive. I read each one and I greatly appreciate them. I'd also like to announce some exciting news. This fall, we're releasing some new online educational programs that are in video format and optimized so that you can view them on your mobile device. We're also hosting our first educational conference in Philadelphia this coming May. This will be a live CME event that we've planned in response to your suggestions. You can learn more about these programs here on our website, and I hope that you're able to participate. As always, I appreciate your support and thank you for listening.